Come on, leave the saving of the world to the men? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Well, welcome to a very special episode of Nerdy Girls After Dark. Ladies, how are you doing?
Good. Happy it's Thursday.
Yes.
Yes.
So excited.
It like really crept up on us. It's like we're getting so many MCU content that it's like I'm not even really looking forward to anything. It just happens. Like
We went like 2 years with nothing, and now it's like one right after the other. It's exciting.
Right.
And Ms. Marvel this week was lovely.
I haven't watched it yet.
No, I haven't seen it.
It was just great. It was great. Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up.
Go behind. So, alrighty. Well, this episode is going to be a little bit different from others. If anyone follows us on our Instagram, and if you don't, you should change that. Follow us at Nerdy Girls After Dark on Instagram. We have been basically asking people to submit questions. It's a safe space to ask any type of question, spicy, mild, whatever the whatever type of question you ask. Anything you just curious to know the answer, or maybe something you don't feel comfortable asking in a normal setting, we got you. So we have a list full of questions that we've gathered from our amazing viewers, and we're kind of just gonna go and share our answers, and let's just dive right in.
Also, we should mention, if you do it on the link, like to the form, it's anonymous. So we don't know who is asking. So if you feel scared, if you're asking questions you should know the answer to, or you feel like you should know the answer to, that part's anonymous.
Right.
And if we don't get to your question today, we'll probably get to it in a future Q&A episode.
Yeah.
Right.
We saved it because it's too good.
Yes. Alrighty, so our first question from all the way, it's like, I'm kidding, you know how they do. This is not a gossip column. Okay, what is your expectations about sharing food with your significant other? Amazing question.
Yes. Go. Man, my fiance and I fight about this all the time because the expectation is you share your food with me. Like, I would like to try some. It's just a bite, 2 bites. Like, he hates it. Like, he thinks that he ordered what he wanted to order. And that if he wanted to order mine, because I'm always like, why don't you have some of mine? Like, I'll trade you like a little bit for a little bit. He's like, if I wanted that, I would have got it. But how am I supposed to know if I want that if I don't try a little bit? Like, I'm not gonna like spend $20 on a plate of food I've never tried before. Also, maybe I just want a piece. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, I feel very strongly about it.
I'm the same way. I'm all about sharing food. Like, whenever we go out, which isn't that often because we're homebodies, but when we go out and he orders something, I'm like, that looks good. Give me a bite. I mean, he will. He won't put up a fight about it, but that's also 13 years of me asking for food. So, but it's usually just like a bite or two. Like, I won't just go and reach for it. I always ask if I can have a bite or a fry or whatever it is. And he'll share with me because he knows if he doesn't, he'll just get yelled at.
And it's not like we're asking for the whole thing or half. I just want like I just want to taste it.
Yeah.
I guess I'm on Krishan's side because I hate sharing food. If it's like a shareable food, like popcorn or watching a movie where we cook cookies together, and it's already like this is a shareable food. Yet appetizers. But if it's my food and I ordered it and you ordered something else, I don't mind giving a bite. And maybe this comes from just having a twin sister, and we always are fighting over food and like, that's too big of a bite, and one cuts, one chooses, all the ridiculous things. I just feel like if I order it, and I'm the same way, like I wouldn't expect your food. I'll ask for a bite, But especially for people sharing my food, like, no, I don't want that because I would have ordered it. And so only shareables or like asking for a taste, but anything outside of that I think is too much unless I said, hey, here you can have the rest. There was one time my ex-boyfriend ate my leftovers from Cheesecake Factory, like all of my pasta and all of my cheesecake, and I've just been pissed at him.
Like without asking? Like he just found it in the fridge and helped himself?
Yeah, like he had the leftovers when I was gone or something when I was out.
No, that's not okay.
Ooh, that's rude. No, that's not okay.
I feel like that's almost a different, that would make me, well, it does make me upset if I just ask.
Yeah.
Like if you ask, I would love to give it to you. Like, but if you take that choice away from me, I'm gonna be pissed.
Because
he knew I didn't want to share it with them too. That's what.
Oh, that's even worse.
He knew I wouldn't want to share, but
he knew what he was doing.
Maybe a little stingy, but
I would never want to take Croissant's food when he's not there. Like it's another thing if he's there and I'm taking some of his food. This is going to sound ridiculous, but it's like some kind of like something that we're doing together. It's like some kind of like intimacy bonding. We're sharing food. Like, I would never, if he had leftovers in the fridge, I would never be like,
yeah.
No.
Right.
Yeah. In a restaurant, I really don't care. I mean, like if somebody wants some of my food, it's fine. But ask. Don't just reach.
Don't. It's not like that episode of Friends when Joey's on a date and the woman's literally taking food from his plate and he's like, no.
Yep.
Don't do that. Don't just reach for it. You, at least ask.
Exactly.
Does it change if it's not with a partner for you guys? Like if it's like friends or like
or kids, my nieces and nephews.
I'm the same across the board. I wouldn't even let my nephew, he's such a picky eater, never have to worry about that. But same way for my friends, my family. No, you gotta ask.
Yeah. I think I'm the same. I'm the same across the board too. Just ask. It's fine.
I feel like I never finish my food ever, so I'm always happy to share some of it.
Gotcha.
But I would never be like to friends or like whatever, like, hey, can I have some of that?
Yeah, I don't think I can't think of a time where I've done that. It does. I don't know why that feels weird to me. I might need to talk about that in therapy.
Yeah, it is like if it's a shareable, like a fry, okay.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Cut off a piece of my chicken or give you like so much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah, shareables are.
Bite of my sandwich, like no.
Well, and that's another thing. Like, it depends on the type of food. Like a sandwich, no, I'm not going to ask for a bite of someone's sandwich. But if it's like a chicken breast or a steak or whatever, I'll be like, "Ooh, that looks really good. Can I have a bite?" And then Taylor's usually just Taylor.
Okay.
Or like my mom or dad. Like if I'm out with like them, I'll ask from them. But then usually my mom and I will like cut our food in half and then swap just so we can each have each other's.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah.
Yes, I do that too. I've done that with friends even. Like go somewhere we're like, that looks good. Oh, that looks good too. Do you want to split half and half? And then like that's fine. I'm cool with that. Maya still no. She's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to share sometimes, but it has to be my decision rather than you just act like I would offer it to you rather than you asking and just assuming I'm going to say yes.
But if you say no, then they should respect it.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get mad. Yeah. Because that's the thing. I can also like if you treat me the same way, I'm cool with it. Like I'm not like a double standard type person around food. Like treat me the same way. Okay, next question. What are your guilty pleasures? This could be interpreted in so many different ways. So I'm curious to know what y'all say.
One of mine's the Housewives. I love the Real Housewives.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I have to say, like Jalen will text me and be like, "Oh my gosh, on the Real Housewives of Dubai." Or like 2 days later, she'll be like, "Okay, so on the Real Housewives of Malaysia."
There's just so many, and they're so dramatic and awesome, and I love them. There's some seasons or series are better than others, so you just got to watch a little bit to see which one you vibe with. But right now, Dubai is amazing, and I am in love with Dubai. So that's one of my guilty pleasures.
That's a good one.
I feel like everyone has like that reality TV guilty pleasure.
Right?
Oh man.
I have two things that came to mind. Number one is drinking wine in my bed alone. Like everybody likes wine as like a social thing. I like it as like this is just me time. Like I'm in my bed, I'm alone with my white sheets that I've never spilled on.
So impressive though.
Right.
Yeah.
And the second one is cheesies, like cheese puffs. Cheetos.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheese puffs.
Oh. Yeah.
And I don't eat like a ton of snacks, but that like, especially if I have wine, like a little bowl, I get like the little kiddies bowl. My nephew is like he's 2 years old and his little bowl is so tiny. So I use that so that I'm not like pigging out. But yeah.
And you also eat these in bed with white sheets?
And
that's brave.
I know.
Because that's on your hands now. Wow.
Yes, but there's like a whole system. You like fold the bed, like the blanket over, so you're not touching it with your fingers. And then I have like a little like napkin. And then I just don't touch anything until I'm done. And then I wash my
For me, I would say one is definitely like smutty romance books. I love reading them. I probably read like 6 a month. I read so much of them. It's ridiculous.
I didn't know this.
romance books a month?
Yes.
That's so much reading.
I literally read a whole
You can't
book.
stop. You just keep going.
And you get so invested into the story.
Yes, I get you, Maya.
Oh my gosh. And then don't let it be a series, like a 5-book series too, and it keeps building off of each other. So really into that. Gosh, that takes up a lot of that's definitely my number one. And I think I've talked about it before, is like Sims. I mean, it's like an outlet for me if I just want to disengage and just like do something, I'm like living someone else's life, I guess. Sims for sure. Playing Sims.
I also thought of 2 things. The first one is The Carpenters. I just love The Carpenters so much. Karen Carpenter, she played the drums, she played the vocals. She did the vocals. And she and her brother were such pioneers on like the sound mixing front. So, and I'm a music nerd, so I love The Carpenters. Second thing,
band?
Yeah.
Band. Okay, gotcha. What makes it guilty? Curious.
It's
controversial.
Did you just ask if they were a band?
I've never heard of the Carpenters in my life. I'm sorry.
if you look them up on Spotify, you will understand why it's a guilty pleasure.
You'll also you'll know some of their stuff.
Yeah, you will.
Like for sure. Yeah.
Rainy days and Mondays always get me down.
But at least some of their Christmas stuff you would have heard before.
Wow,
Yes.
so it's kind of like an old school vibe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're old.
Like the harmonica. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
I just love it. Anyway, second one is so as you all may know, I have recently, as in February, begun a fertility journey. And so I had to wean myself off of my anxiety meds. Me and my psychiatrist did, not just me myself. And so I had to find something to help me that wasn't another vice. So I don't know if I succeeded or failed in that, but I found Delta 8 gummies. Sorry, it is probably another vice. But it's one of the only things that's legal here in Texas that hasn't been outlawed yet. That actually helps. And I feel conflicted about it because I know that it's still, kind of on the fringe there. So, Maya, you get me, right?
They're strong. Like where people don't know, Dotate is like a more intense version of CBD. So it makes you very relaxed. Taking an edible is very similar type of THC edible is very similar. But no, I get you because I've taken them before.
If you haven't and you want to try it, only take half. Only take half of one to start.
But my question is, then when the journey progresses, then you can't use that.
I can't. Yeah, but it's
something else.
It's something. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, shit. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I mean, I've also started walking outside again. But it's so freaking hot outside. I don't know. We'll
take it day by day.
Cross that bridge when we get there.
Right.
Yeah, if anybody has any like great ideas for
yes, please
send them in.
That's not alcohol or drugs. Let me know.
All righty.
Brian dipped. Brian was like, peace out. Brian was spying on us, our executive producer.
All righty.
And he was like,
yep.
Right. Next question is, what is your favorite brand of lingerie? And it could be multiple if you have multiple.
Kara, soon to be newlywed. Have you done any research?
No.
Do you have any pro tips?
I don't have a favorite brand. I think like for me, I like the specific kinds that are a little bit more flowy than
I think those are called teddies, right?
Yeah, teddies. Yeah, and like the baby doll ones that are a little bit more flowy, because then if I feel like I ate a lot, or like I'm low all the time. I'm I'm intolerant to like most foods that I eat. So yeah, I like that because it makes me feel a little bit better. So for the people who are like kind of curvy, kind of not, like you're kind of in between, like me, you're just kind of there. Then I don't know, that like for me that's like my favorite kind. I don't have a favorite brand.
Because teddy's not what you're talking about. I just googled it. It's not. So
no, but that too. Like I have those two.
Okay.
Yeah, and the teddies and the baby dolls. But I don't like. I'm the kind of person that wears like a large, like an extra large T-shirt to bed instead of like something cute. Yeah, right. Which I understand that they're not for bed. I get that.
I'm in the same boat, Kara. Well, I don't. For me, lingerie, because true lingerie is very different from what we see like Victoria's Secret or whatever. But for me, if I want to feel sexy, I'm like, what's the point of lingerie? You're just gonna take it off, like. And favorite underwear, I would say Parade, because it's also a sustainable brand made out of like recycled thread. And then if I wanted to do, and I've gotten some like lingerie, Savage Fenty is also a good option. Lots of very sexy pieces. The only downfall, it's like that subscription model, which is kind of annoying because it's like it charges you every month and it makes it be like a in-store credit or like a shop credit. And like, who needs lingerie every month? But I think they have really great options if you're trying to find something more sexier. And then there is a few options from Skims. And, I'm anti-fast fashion, but
do you have Skims? I want Skims.
I have not owned, but there is a teddy that I'm like, oh, I got to buy this. I'm sorry. Like, because I'm like, it's also like, it's high quality. You can try to keep up with it. You're not going to throw it away. It's not super disposable like H&M lingerie or something like that. So they have some really hot pieces. So those are my 3 recs.
I have not a weird body, but I have like a smaller waist, and then my booty at like I have a booty, and so I have found it really difficult in the past to buy shapewear or lingerie or whatever that fits like all the parts of my body, Aerie has actually been a super decent
I love Aerie.
bang for your buck, and it's super comfy.
Mhm.
I have seen Lizzo pushing her new shapewear brand on Instagram, and I do want to try that because it looks like it would work for me. It's called
Yes.
Yitty. I don't know if y'all have heard of it, but
Yes.
I do want to try it.
Sure.
But it's the
Aerie has, like,
subscription.
super comfortable stuff.
I also forgot about Cup. They are amazing. It's with 2 U's, CUUP, and they go up to 3X. And I mean, which is not that large of a size range, but they have very cute like bras and underwear. Then it's like it's just bra and underwear, but it looks very sexy. So
Nice.
CUUP.
Yeah, we're all taking notes.
I know.
It is a great question. All righty. So next question. It's a little silly, but who would win in a fight, Kim Possible or Batman? I'll give some context to this question because I saw a TikTok. I reposted my story. It was saying Kim Possible and Batman basically have the same like powers or like strengths because they both high tech, they can fight, and they kind of have like a wingman that's like
Yeah.
looking out for them. So between the two of those, who do you think would win?
With their man in the chair?
Yeah, with their man in the chair.
Mhm. I'll go Kim Possible because not only does she have a wingman, but her wingman has a wingman and the naked mole rat. So she's got double wingmen. So
Yeah, that my first thought was Kim Possible because of her social skills. Because
Yeah.
isn't Batman a non-social person? Like I've only seen a Batman and I hated it. So I don't know so much about Batman. Good
He's
thing that
very-
Ryan's left already. Or
He does brood a
I
lot.
don't even know. Does he like that? I don't even know. But yeah, I feel like her with her social skills, she could like bring in more allies.
Ooh. Yeah, I agree with that. And she's like more like nimble and she's like in high school. But I think too, we've seen her defeat more types of villains like Monkey Fist, Adrenaline, Death Killigan, like every type. Like I feel like she has defeated more range of villains than Batman. And like with Wade, Ron, and Rufus, like I'm sorry, that's no better team. So I
Also,
agree.
she's a cartoon, so she can do more stuff.
Y'all, oh man, y'all have come very close to changing my mind. I had my answer, and now I'm not so sure.
Okay, well, what was your first thought then?
Well, my first thought was Batman, just because he has a lot of bat people in his Batverse. There's a lot like Batwoman, Batgirl, Nightwing, Robin. Like there's just, it's like the Avengers, but Batman style. But oh my gosh, the wingman for the wingman really screwed me up just now.
Yeah, because Rufus can crawl in places that that girl can't.
Dang. And Rufus. Okay, yeah. It's impossible. Yep.
The twins.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
always up to some nonsense. Like they could get in on it.
Right.
Yep.
And then Kim Possible's mom, isn't she like a rocket scientist or something like that? So she got like that brain power too all around her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also-
I feel like she'd just be able to just outsmart Batman.
Right.
Just Christy Carlson Romano also.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is an interesting question. Do you ever hide in the bathroom at work?
100% yes. Pretty much
The two-
every day.
The two introverts are like, yep.
Yes. All the time.
I have not been in the office for like almost 3 years, but when I did, it wouldn't be in the bathroom, but I would find other hideout spots.
Mhm.
For sure. Empty conference room, something. I just hate the feeling of someone kind of looking over my shoulder, like if you sit next to your coworkers, like
Yeah.
being able to just kind of separate and feel a little bit more comfortable in your own space.
You can just bring your computer with you and do work in there. And they let you do that, man.
Yeah.
Different
No
job.
one hasn't said anything to me yet.
I will not hide in the bathroom, but like I work at a university with like a decent sized campus, so I will just walk to like a far away bathroom and then just walk away instead of like the one that's 4 seconds outside of like my office. Does that count as hiding, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just got to get away and from the nonsense and just go to the bathroom and play a game on your phone or watch a YouTube video or whatever. And just, take 5 minutes and just get away.
Have you ever like cried in the like gone to the bathroom to cry at work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can I ask a piggyback question?
Sure.
Are y'all the kind of people that listen to full audio while you're in the bathroom?
No.
What? At work?
I hate those types
Yep.
Oh wait, what do you mean? Like you
like they're in the stall, you can clearly hear either they're talking on the phone or they have someone on speaker, they're watching a YouTube video with no earphones on.
No.
It's weird, right?
Very
I don't
weird.
understand those people. Okay,
I
good.
forgot all about so because
social people
on campus than usual, but typically like when like school is full blown in person, there are a lot of like usually students who come into the bathroom on the phone.
Yeah.
Now that person is listening to me pee.
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah.
That's a good point, because I'm like, if someone else is in the bathroom, I'm gonna find another bathroom. And this goes to your point about, because I'm like, I don't want to have someone listen to me use the bathroom.
Yep.
Like, awkward.
This is a private moment.
Especially so at a university, there's like 7 to 10 stalls in one bathroom. So there can be like 10 people peeing at once. And then like 5 to 6 other girls in there washing their hands or just hanging out because they're talking to somebody. There's a bench in there for people to sit. Like there's just too many people in there. I only want to pee in private.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. Already too many. That's a bench. Why?
A bench. I think it's like for them to put their bags down. Like, it's not in every one, but like there are bathrooms that have like 15 to 20 stalls.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That is a lot.
Like airports.
Right.
Yes.
And honestly, if there's more stalls, the better, because I don't expect those to be completely empty. But just as long as I have my own corner. I just hate people that stay, like, they're not in a stall, but they stand outside the bathroom. So what if you may have had to do number 2, you may have let out a noise, and you just see someone standing there. I'm like, I don't want you to see my face when I walk in the
Yes.
Oh, have you ever like sat there for extra long just to wait for another person?
Yep.
Yes, I do that all the time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Love me a good corner stall.
I know.
Yeah. That was definitely an overshare, but hey,
yeah. Luckily at our office, so our office is 4 floors and there's restrooms on each floor.
Nice.
So where my desk is, I'm right by the door to enter into our office. So if someone has to go to the bathroom, they always have to walk past my desk. So then I know, I'm like, okay, well, can't hide out now because someone's going in there.
Yeah.
So,
when you really don't like somebody, you should time them and be like,
right.
the day, 45 seconds.
Right.
Minutes and 10 seconds. Like, imagine, that's so horrible. That's like the worst.
Or when they walk back in, you can have that like secret satisfying knowledge. Like, I know what you did.
They could be thinking that of me too. Like, wow, she hides a lot.
I'm not even gonna lie. Have you ever heard someone like blow out the bathroom and you look at their shoes just to see like if they walk out who they are? I've been in a restaurant before. We were kind of like our table was kind of far out like by the bathroom, and we're like, there is no way like someone had the audacity to treat the bathroom like this. We just waited to see like this.
Yeah, I totally do. I totally do. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, if I
High
have,
five.
I'll look to see like if there's other people in there and like how many. Like, oh, there's like 4 pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
But like to see what they're up to, no, probably not.
Yeah.
Gotcha. It's only if it's like really, really bad where you're like very, very curious on who the person was. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but not like at work, but like a restaurant or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next question is, it's convention season. Have you been to a convention or plan to?
I just got back from one. I just got back from Dallas. What do they call it? Fan Expo. And then Comic Palooza is in Houston later this month, and I'm really on the fence about going just because Alakwa Cox is going to be there, and I have a comic I would love her to sign.
Oh my
Yes. Go.
Oh, you
Yeah.
should.
Okay, it's done.
Just go.
I will go.
And be like, my girls love you.
Right. Can you sign all their names to this?
Yes, yeah.
Oh my god,
That's funny.
Yeah, if you haven't seen our Sminiest Weirdos, we do an episode where we talk about her like in great detail for most of it.
She's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I've been to one, not this year. I went to an Ace Comic Con back in 2018.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where I met that's the lovely Chris Evans.
Oh my god.
That's where that picture's from.
That's where that picture is from. That photo cost a lot of money, so I am cherishing it forever.
Get her mom out of it.
She told me to. My mom told me to. She's like, I don't like me in this photo. Cut me out. I'm like, okay.
We should put that up on Instagram after so people can see.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
we should. And that was my first impression of you, Jalen, when you joined the Discord. I took a screenshot. I zoomed in. I'm like, she has a picture with Chris Evans. Oh my god.
It's sometimes you just gotta go for it.
Mhm.
And
That's right.
and I went for it. And now
You won't
They're-
regret it.
I won't regret it. Taylor may regret it for letting me go, but they're fun. They are expensive, at least like
Yes.
those bigger ones. So you
true.
really have to plan for them. So
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever do a San Diego. That just seems too
Oh man.
much for me.
Yeah,
I-
I would mapped out agenda or something.
Yeah. Just for shits and giggles, I looked about a month ago to see if, and it's later this month. It's in like 3.5 weeks, but in like mid-May, I looked at hotels just to see, and everything was sold out. Everything, like Best Western to the Omni.
Wow.
So
Crazy.
yeah.
I've been to Comic-Con twice, but just in Niagara Falls, like not even in Toronto because I hate crowds. And that was 2 years in a row, right leading up to 2020. And then I obviously
have to say hi.
had one.
Hi, Poppy.
Ziggy with the say hi.
That's impressive. How big is the Niagara one?
I don't know how to answer this question because I don't know.
Well, I mean, is it like a ton of people, or just like a lot of talent they bring in, or just like a few people?
Just like Michael Rooker, is that like?
Oh, yeah.
Gandhi was there last time. There was
Yeah.
a bunch of people from The Office. There was, I don't know, there was a bunch of Marvel people and stuff like that, but not like Chris Evans would never come to that one.
Yeah. That's decent.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like it's decent people that show up. Niagara Falls is a really weird place, and I've talked about it on podcasts before, I know, but like I would never recommend people to come here. unless you're coming for other reasons than going to Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is horrible, and yet somehow like the honeymoon capital of the world or something is trash. But yeah, so the people are very interesting. So the people who go are always interesting. Yeah, it's like Toronto's way bigger, obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
which is like an hour from here. They're like an hour.
What about you, Maya?
I go to a ton of like I guess I don't know. Are y'all defining conventions as like superhero or just any types of conventions?
I would say anything you're nerdy about. So your fashions, I think I would count that.
Yeah, like conferences, summits, conventions. Well, I met Sarah. Well, this is my second time meeting her. We went to South by Southwest. Would you consider that a convention?
Yes, that's a huge one. Yeah.
It's my favorite one. That's my second time going. I feel like everyone should try to make an effort to go to South by Southwest because there's something for everybody. And it's like, I've never been to a place where it's like free food, free drinks. You can like go down on the strip and just have the time of your life. Like, you don't even need a pass to the conference. It's so much fun. So
I had a blast.
it's, yeah, I would say that's my favorite one. But I go to some for work, but I wouldn't consider that.
Yeah, conventions don't count.
Right.
Because we're not having fun.
Right.
Yeah.
But I went to Houston's Comic Palooza, but it was a few years ago. It was 2019.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was fun. I got to meet Grant Gustin. I didn't get a picture with him, but I get to meet him. He's the guy who plays the Flash in the CW series.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also saw Chameleonaire, the rapper. Very random that you see me rolling.
Yes.
I'm surprised you know who that is. That was way before your time.
Me?
Yeah.
Time of my time, like high school, like
That song came out when I was in high school.
really? Well, maybe I was in like junior high then. Maybe I don't know.
Hang on.
I gotta look this up because I'm like, I was very familiar. I knew him. I even just by seeing his face, and no one was talking to him. And I went up and talked to him. I'm like, hey, and it's so weird because I don't know his real name. I'm like, hey, Chameleon. So awkward. But
Was he a guest there?
2005. I was in like grade 10.
Okay, I was 10 years old, but okay, but maybe not.
When we're rolling.
But I still knew him. But yeah, that was a cool. I'm like, he was just there for fun. Like, it's very interesting. I
That's
also went
awesome.
to VidCon too a few years ago. That was fun. Alrighty. So the next question is a little spicy. Is there a difference between a vibrator and a dildo?
Actually,
Maya?
Go for it, ladies.
Absolutely. So dildo is actually, I guess I would look at it like a fake penis, something that you actually put inside you. And then a vibrator is just something more for external use because it's like have the vibrating sensations on the clitoris. I'm sorry, I'm being very direct. I don't know how other way.
That's fine.
So I don't know. Maybe there's some vibrators where you put it inside you, but I no experience with that. But
There's
I think those are the differences.
yes, and you can have one that is like a mix of both.
Oh, okay.
There's the inside, there's the fake penis part. And there's like a little like the rabbit. Like I have a rabbit. And that's
Okay.
my favorite brand, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, it's a brand. It's a
brand. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's got the fake part and then
You have a
the
penis one?
well, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I'm a woman. It's just biology.
Yeah, like penetration's still like a norm. Like
Yeah.
anyone, like even if you don't like men's penises.
Yes. Yes, correct.
That's fair. Well, I guess that'd be fun. Like you could play with it, like with your partner.
Yeah. And so that was actually like the second, like a follow-up question of this. Do you have a favorite brand? So you said Rabbit.
Mhm.
Okay. I got mine on Transparent on Amazon. I have no brand awareness on it. But when I was at South by Southwest, there was a session called The Female Orgasm. And it was so insightful because there is a vibrator company. They're called Lioness Health. And they're in like an AI vibrator. So like the more you use it, it learns like what it takes for you to have an orgasm. So I'm like, it's super expensive, like $200, but there are people there, they're like, oh, I have one. It's the best thing ever. It changed my life. So I'll give that recommendation to someone who's really looking to invest in a good vibrator.
What was it called again? Lioness
Health.
Okay, cool.
It's funny, they were giving out like I went to the session and they were giving out like vibrator dog toys. So I recently had it in my bag and I gave it to my sister's dog. He's playing with so goofy, like a plush vibrator.
Oh my gosh, that's
like
hilarious.
Like
Yeah, like a plush.
Got it.
Oh my god, no.
I was like, why?
I know, it's so
Okay, I got it. Well, this has been informative. I clearly used one, so I've nothing. I'm so lost.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I think those are all of our questions. Yes.
Okay. There's not one more?
We technically do have one more.
I'm just kidding. We don't have to do it. We can save it for next time.
Yeah, we should probably save it. Unless you want to answer it, Sarah.
Nope, sure don't.
There's a very fine line of things that we won't answer, but maybe this one's a little too far. So we're going to.
We'll answer this privately with each other.
I need more shots before I can answer it. Now everyone's like, what is it?
Right.
You'll have to listen next time.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty, y'all. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Like we said earlier, you can either go to the link in our bio on our Instagram page to submit anonymous questions, and then sometimes we'll have it on our story where you can post there. So we always answer questions at the end of our episode, so feel free to include that. But that's all for us. Hope y'all have a great week. And if you're going to go see Thor: Love and Thunder, if you haven't seen it already by the time we post this episode, I hope you enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Cheers.
Cheers.